3, 2.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the Pick Six Show. It's Musa here with you, man. We got my boy Mike and Ty here with me today. How's everyone doing today?
Doing good. How about
Good.
you?
Yeah.
Doing good, man. We got to check in and talk about the Bears and the Jaguars live right now in London. Before we came live, you know, it's a circus out there in for Jacksonville right now. But you know, it's unfortunate. We won't spend much time on them. On those games. But for those watching, make sure you like and subscribe to the show. We're here to give you some dope football, NFL, and college football content. And, you know, it's free to show love, man. We appreciate everyone that joins and leaves a comment. Fellas, we're going to jump right in. We're going to start with the Jets, you know. We're going to just go right in. We ain't sugarcoating none on this show. The Jets fired Robert Saleh a few days ago after their loss last week, and I can't remember the defensive coordinator's name that's taken over as the head coach. Obert, yes. It seems like this is more deeper than just football with his firing from what I've been seeing, but I'll let you guys take it away so far. What are your initial thoughts on that situation?
So you can go first on this, Ty.
Nah, you could go first because I'm about to rip into the Jets like I'm a Jets
fan.
fan.
I knew you were. That's why I offered it to you. But they should have just fired him before the year started, man. And that's the first thing. And number two, he's not the only problem there. I'm glad that Hackett's not. He's relieved his play calling duties. So I think we'll see Breece Hall get back incorporated into that offense, and they can use Braylon Allen better. But I don't know, man. The Jets are the Jets. It's just the way the organization has always been, for at least in my lifetime. So we'll see what happens. I don't think a Devontae Adams trade would move the needle either. Hassan Riddick, he's not going to be there this year, to say the least. So we'll see what happens.
They need him because that pass rush has not been there. But go ahead, Mike. Anything else?
No, that's all I got. I just I think you'll see a boost from the head coach, from the new head coach there. I think they'll beat the Bills this week, but I think that's going to die out. That spark will die out pretty quick.
We're going to touch base on that Bills and Jets game. But Ty, what is your thoughts on the Jets firing, the dysfunction as a whole with this organization?
Yeah, you brought it up. This is deeper than football because honestly, they're literally fighting for first in the AFC East tomorrow. And I understand Robert Saleh, you know, when you look at his record ever since he became a Jets head coach, you look at the record, you're like, how is this guy still a head coach? I understand that. However, he's been doing it without a quarterback all these years. This is his first year actually with a real starting quarterback. And 5 games in, you point fingers and you say he's the problem? Which doesn't make sense because Robert Saleh isn't the reason Aaron Rodgers doesn't have that connection with his number one receiver. Aaron Rodgers is the reason why he doesn't have that connection with his number one receiver. He was gone all year last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. It took him a while to come to training camp this year.
Yeah, he was over in Egypt, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. The defense is good, and that's probably their strong point. And you can probably say that for them for the past 3 years, that the defense is good. But it's more so the play calling. And Robert Saleh going into this week before he got fired was going to remove Nathaniel Hackett from the play calling.
As he should. Because
why are we acting like Nathaniel Hackett? I don't care how good of a friendship he has with the starting quarterback. Nathaniel Hackett, terrible. What did he do in Denver? Nothing. Packers, probably literally the only reason why he looked good in Green Bay was due to one, LaFleur, and two,
people didn't want to give credit to LaFleur about
due to Aaron Rodgers pretty much having his last great season. But you're not gonna sit here and tell me Aaron Rodgers hasn't passed over 300 yards in almost 3 years, and you're gonna sit there. Yeah, I think it's the head coach. No, it's the offensive coordinator. If they let Saleh do his job, it would have been fine. Firing Saleh after this season, I would have gave it to them. No matter how this season ends, if you want to fire Saleh at the end of the season, that's fine. But to fire him 5 games into the season, the last head coach to get fired 5 games into the season was Matt Rule. And Matt Rule makes Robert Saleh look like Bill Belichick. So,
and to add on to
they're not on the same level.
They didn't even let Saleh get back into the building. There's reports saying he couldn't even get back into the training facility after he was fired to get any stuff or things like that.
They actually let him in, but he had to have security by him. He couldn't go talk to the players.
Yeah, he couldn't talk to the players. He couldn't. Yeah.
But the Jets is a joke, in my opinion. Before I even get into my thoughts, I just want to remind the people that are watching, when we did our preseason division picks, Mike, Clips, Ty, I don't have Pesos, but Mike, Clip, and Ty had the Jets winning the division. I had them in second, right behind the Dolphins. And it looks like to me I should have just went with my gut and had the Bills as the team to win that division. Because I was initially going to pick them, but I just didn't trust the injuries. But having said that, the Jets is just doing what the Jets do. This is why they've been mediocre and been terrible from my lifetime, at least. Their best quarterback since I've been alive has been Mr. Butt Fumble himself, Mark Sanchez.
Even Brett Favre for the 1 year they had him.
Oh, yeah, Brett Favre. But it's unfortunate because I think Robert Saleh is a damn good coach. I will say his hard hat really tends to be on defense, and the defense has not been where it needs to be this season. I don't know what's going on with. I know Sauce's been banged up. I don't know what's going on with Quincy Williams because he got his contract and he's just not generating as much pressure that I would like to see. CJ Mosley been out the lineup, and this is why they need to pay Hassan Reddick. He's not the tier 1 pass rushers in the league, but for what you need, he will get the service done, and it will at least give some help to Quincy Williams on that D line. So you can see why that's probably the reason why they would fire him. But like Ty said, and I agree, I think they should have waited to the end of the season. Fire him now during the middle of the season to try to create a spark. I don't see that really happening. At the end of the day, all 3 facets of the ball hasn't been terrible for the Jets, special teams, offense, and defense. The biggest loser to me, I feel like, is Garrett Wilson. We know the talent he is, and it's like every year is something with the quarterback. And Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to call it what it is. He ain't that man anymore. At least he hasn't shown to be. He's been horrible. He's been absolutely trash, basura. Whatever you want to trash in any language, that's what Aaron Rodgers has been this season. And for them to just blame the quarterback.
To add to your point, he has the same exact numbers as Zach Wilson through 4 games last year. And
for them to blame Robert, I mean, it's easy. That's what typically goes in the business. The coach always gets the first set of blame. I feel bad for Robert, but also I'm not surprised by the Jets doing what they did. This is typical Jets fashion. Pacer, you have any thoughts on the Robert Saleh firing from the Jets?
Uh, I think it. I mean, I think it was just an emotional decision. Um, a lot of Aaron Rodgers' history, especially recently, has been fulfilled with nothing but poison. And for the organization to not put the blame on him or make a move off of him is kind of just crazy to me. Um, and everybody watching, even y'all, could take this as a hot take, whatever. But I never been fond of Aaron Rodgers, even back in the day in Green Bay. He's always been an arrogant prick to me. Um,
Wow. Okay.
I don't think he deserved that recent contract with the Jets. Uh, to me, like what Ty made a good point, and I didn't even know that stat. What was it? He hasn't had over
300.
300 yards in the past couple of years. It's just mind blowing, dude. What are you doing here? What's your purpose? Um, and the same thing, like you said, the Jets, as far as my lifetime too, they've been a disgrace. I don't know too much about Salah, but I'm pretty sure his mind and his heart was there for that organization and that team. And then to hear what they did to him afterwards, not letting him back inside the building was just kind of like crazy. But I don't know, Aaron Rodgers. I really hope he's done after this.
Yeah, and just to clear up, they did allow him in the building. They just had security with him, so he couldn't speak to the players. Gavis, I'm gonna show you his comment. Shout out to Gavis for leaving a comment, man. Watching, we appreciate you. Robert Saleh is a bad coach. Put yourself there, and you will do better than him. I don't think he's a bad coach because I remember when he first got there after leaving San Fran. He was a DC in San Fran when they was made that first Super Bowl
Everybody
run.
looks like a bad coach when they're in a bad situation.
And I was gonna say, I think Saleh just had the short end of the stick when he first got there. The Jets they had just got Sauce, and the defense was rolling. Then Zach Wilson was just not what was planned out to be, which I also think they should have sat him anyway before letting him play. But that's a whole nother conversation. And then you finally trade for Aaron Rodgers, who can at least be you would think would be competent enough to get your team over the hump because you have all the pieces. You got Brees Hall. I even like the rookie running back you drafted this year that's backing up Brees. You got the receivers. You got a solid tight end. You got the defense. And I guess you can say he gets some of that blame because at the end of the day, you are the head coach. You have to be able to put your team and players in the best position to win. But when you watch those games, you can just tell like Aaron and the crew just doesn't. They don't look like they're in sync. And that goes to what Ty and Mike mentioned with training camp. It's mandatory training camp, and you're not there as the quarterback. That shows a lot on Aaron, but to your point, it shows a lot on the coach because if the coach can't get the quarterback to be there for mandatory TAs, then I think he lost the locker room personally.
Realistically, real talk. Let me ask y'all this, man. Besides that Super Bowl year and that MVP, what has he really done in his career?
It's
Aaron,
more
multiple.
so the lack of mistakes Aaron Rodgers made. Because that's the only thing that ever kept him in the conversation with the Brady, the Manning,
His TD into
and the
ratio
Breeze. Yeah, it
ridiculous.
was the TD to Intel ratios. He wasn't making those mistakes. He was putting up the numbers. I wouldn't say Aaron Rodgers is overrated, but when you come down and you talk about your top 5 quarterbacks of all time, maybe everyone here has him lower than what other people would think. People have him as high as 2.
So
There's
let me let me let
Brady
me let me
haters that have him
I
at 1.
I
let
will
me let
say
me.
when it comes to a talent, like I still will give him this. When it comes to a talent, he's one of the best talents to ever play at that position. But when I rank the all-time great quarterbacks, your talent weighs in, but also what you've done on the field and what you was able to do around your team success. So that's when I kind of take him back because you got to think about people put Drew Brees up there, but Brees doesn't have MVPs and he has that one Super Bowl also, but he has the numbers.
That's
So
what I was
you
gonna say. Let me ask y'all this: Is he better
real
than Drew Brees?
before we get to that, Gavis said, you land your dream job and hang Wilson out to dry. You own it." Yeah, I mean, when Wilson was there, and Wilson played back. Robert did make some comments I just didn't like. I think it was pretty naive for some of his comments, and I believe looking back, he would probably take those comments back. But at the same time, I didn't want, to be honest, when during that draft, I didn't want them to get Zach Wilson anyway. I didn't think he should have went that high, to be honest, coming out of college. But
He shouldn't. But when you have there's a lot of things we have to take in consideration. These head coaches, obviously the title is head coach, but at the end of the day, they're hearing everything from the owner. So owners have a big part in these situations. And ever since Robert Saleh got hired, this was his starting quarterbacks. Okay. His first season started Zach Wilson, 13 games, Mike White, 3 games, Joe Flacco, 1 game. Next season after that, Zach Wilson, 9 games, Mike White, 4 games, Joe Flacco, 4 games. Then last year, Zach Wilson, 11, Trevor Siemian, 3, Tim Boyle, 2, Aaron Rodgers, obviously 1 game, the first game.
Aaron Rodgers played a deep breath before he tore his Achilles.
What head coach, and this is a question for everybody, what head coach can make something great out of starting all those quarterbacks for all those years? None. We saw Zach Wilson get traded to Denver and go straight to what, third string?
Yeah,
Come
he's
on.
third string.
He wasn't even. Come on, man. Come on. So I understand. He never liked Zach Wilson. He didn't want Zach Wilson to be his starter, and that's fine. But the owner definitely pressured him into starting Zach Wilson.
Gavis says 23%, 41, 41, 40. Robert Saleh's last 4 years winning percentage is not good enough.
Yeah,
yes,
when you look at the records,
if you look at the numbers, yes, that is true. But you also got to put the context in. Who's winning with Mike White and Trevor Siemian? Exactly. Who's going to win with Zach Wilson? And then you got to remember, when Zach Wilson was there, that old line was even worse than it is now.
I think Zach Wilson should be the starter in Denver right now. That's just my personal opinion, though. I think
it goes back to what I've always said.
I think he's better than both the quarterbacks there.
And
coaching does matter in all sports, but you do have to have the personnel to back that up at the end of the day.
And Woody Johnson, which I think that's the owner's name for the Jets. Yep. If you look through those, Gavis, and thank you again for watching the show and leaving comments. If you look at those 4 seasons that you mentioned for Saleh, can you look at the offensive coordinators and the defensive coordinators for those teams? And Belichick wins with crap. It's about your passion for what you're doing. No, I can't do that. I can't get with you on that one. We've seen Belichick win with Matt Castle going 11-5, but the defense was one of the best defenses in the league. They had the personnel on defense. And I get your point, but we're not going to put Robert Saleh and Bill Belichick in the same sentence. That's just, we can't do that. There's levels to this. And
you're not telling me Zach Wilson, Mike White, Trevor Siemian, Tim Boyle are better than Mac Jones and Cam Newton. Those were the trash, if you want to say that's what Bill was working with.
And I guarantee you, Cam doesn't get COVID, they win a lot more games too.
But it's not even like, I don't know. Honestly, to be honest, Robert Saleh probably would have had a better record if he was starting Joe Flacco all those games.
I think he would do better with Mac Jones.
He did start Joe Flacco for some of the games, and he didn't look like he did in Cleveland there.
I believe if Mac Jones was back there, before Aaron Rodgers was there, I think Mac Jones could have won some games because Mac Jones can play. It's just I don't want to get PTSD about the Patriots. I'll digress on that. Because that whole, after his rookie season, that pissed me off what the Pats did to Mac Jones.
He just doesn't have the arm strength and the athleticism that has what it takes to be successful in the league, unfortunately. But he's got talent. It's just his physical attributes.
He can throw the ball. It's just when you put a defensive coordinator as his offensive coordinator, and then you remove pieces, what do you expect him to do? Like Gavis says, I'm more pointing to the fact that Bell had a bed at the office. Oh, okay. Understand. Back to what Pacer was saying, though. Do you think Rodgers is better than Drew Brees? We can quickly just go around and answer that before we move forward. Who would like to go first?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it really depends how you know, critique your top quarterbacks. You know, if you care about the MVPs more than anything, then of course you're gonna put Rodgers over Breeze. But NFL MVPs, honestly, is just what quarterback has a good season that the media likes. Honestly, that's how it's been for the last couple years. Um, and honestly, if you go back, Drew Brees probably deserved one or two MVPs. Um, I would personally say I like Drew Brees more because I feel like Drew Brees worked with less talent than Aaron Rodgers did, in my opinion.
So what about Phillip Rivers?
Hell no.
No,
Yeah, I'll take Rodgers all day.
I'm
Wow.
I'm giving
No.
Aaron Rodgers. Phillip Rivers, that's one of the things. It's like Phillip Rivers, he was serviceable for his teams, but is you're
Phillip Rivers was
I
good.
don't know.
This is also the same Phillip Rivers who, if I'm not mistaken, definitely was the number one seed. Probably was the number one seed, but he definitely had the number one offense in the NFL
And didn't make the
and
playoffs.
didn't make the playoffs.
That's not on him, but you know.
Nah,
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not only on him.
and when the games matter the most, he didn't show up. When I mean show, let me rephrase that. When the games matter the most, he didn't step up in the crucial moments to win games. There's some games that's on the defense, though. I will say that. So it's not only just on him. But when we talk about just comparing the quarterbacks, Rodgers have had more. At least Rodgers got to a Super Bowl and won one with a lesser team because people forget how that team wasn't that good throughout the season. The year he went to Super Bowl and won. They picked it up towards the end of the season and into the playoffs. So,
But then again, after that season, they went 15-1
and then they lost. Yeah.
and lost. So I don't know. I think it's.
What about Big
Aaron
Ben?
Rodgers?
I'll take
Honestly,
Big Ben over Rodgers.
I'm taking Aaron Rodgers and Big Ben.
I don't like Big Ben. I think Big Ben vastly overrated, in my opinion.
I'm gonna take Aaron over Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah, I'm gonna do that too. For Drew Brees, I want to take Drew Brees over Rodgers. Both got one Super Bowl and spectacular runs. I'll put Brees over Rodgers, but it's a coin flip for me. Like if you were to tell me no, Rodgers should be over Brees, and here's the reasons why, I wouldn't even be mad at that. I could concede that. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about the Vikings. The Vikings are 5-0, fellas. Brian Flores got that defense playing great. The offense is clicking. Sam Darnold looks like he might get they don't have most improved, but if he can be qualified for comeback, I wouldn't mind that either. But look like he's definitely in the running for the MVP as well. Jettas is doing what Jettas do. And I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the Vikings so far.
I think you could see them win the division for sure. I think they got a good coaching tandem between O'Connell and Flores, and got good receivers there. Going into the year, quarterback was a question, obviously, with J.J. McCarthy and Sam Darnold, but I think they can maintain what they're at. I don't know if they'll get the number one seed. They got a shot at it, but we'll see what happens.
I just want to point out to everyone watching, when we did our division rankings before the season started, we all up here had the Vikings in dead last for that division.
Yep.
So looking like we had to eat some crow so far. Still a lot of football left to play, but
yeah, I'm not too worried because honestly, if you look at the standings, Vikings are 5-0, Lions are 3-1, Bears are going to be 4-2 in like an hour. Packers 3-2, and to be quite honest, out of 5 games, there has only been one division game played, and that's the Vikings in Packers when the Vikings beat Jordan Love when Jordan Love wanted to be Brett Favre when he came back. But that it's a lot of division football to left to be played. So that division, you might see a couple people slide up. You might see a team slide down. I'll give the Vikings credit. I definitely probably didn't have them winning 5 games at all. But to be honest, I don't think they're a number 1 seed. They're not the team to come out of the NFC. Just based off what they have done so far, it's good, but we obviously know that eventually these offenses, there's going to be a defense out there to really shut down this offense. Hasn't happened so far, but eventually there's going to be a defensive coordinator that is looking at Sam Darnold like, yeah, I know the real Sam Darnold. So it's eventually going to happen. I'm not praying on their downfall or anything, but we'll see. He's definitely, I would say he's definitely top 5 MVP wise right now. Because if you can go to every game tossing 3-4 touchdowns, I mean, I don't see how you cannot be considered MVP, especially with that record.
The valid points. Gavis said October 20th, my Lions will put them in their place and expose them. I hope so. We're gonna see. I will say that game is gonna. I don't know where the game's at. If it's in Detroit, Minnesota, but regardless of the fact, I think with that matchup, it's gonna come down to the trenches. Whenever you play Detroit, it's gonna come down to the trenches, I believe, because their run game is very elite with having Montgomery and Gibbs back there. The O-line is one of the best O-lines, if not the best O-line in the NFL. So I can't wait to see that matchup, Gavis, versus Brian Flores and his defense, see what he can scheme up and see how he can slow down the run and Amon-Ra and the crew. Hopefully we get a good Sam Laporta shown because he's been kind of inconsistent, but that's because they've been running the ball a lot more so far this season. So for sure. Anyone else's thoughts on the Vikings?
I ain't got really too much, man. Shout out to them. It's still a long season, and hopefully Sam Darnold and them keep it up.
Yeah, shout out to Sam Darnold, man. I was not expecting this from him. I'm happy that he's getting to showcase what he was able to do coming out of college, finally. I mean, he had some rough stops early in his career, but this just shows you to keep working, and when you finally get the opportunity, you got to seize it. So shout out to Sam. I'm happy for Jettas. Hopefully we can see Jettas back in the playoffs. Gavis, fun fact, no team has won the next week after facing the Lions.
Yep, that's true.
Okay. Maybe Minnesota changes that. You never know. All right, we're going to move on because Todd mentioned the MVP for Sam Darnold, so that leads right into the next segment of the show. Is Jayden Daniels running away with MVP thus far in the season? We haven't had a rookie win MVP since Jim Brown. And for those who don't know, Jim Brown was playing football way before everyone up here was born, years and years ago. So it's been a long time. Do you guys think he can have an opportunity to win the MVP?
Stroud was in the MVP conversation going into the end of last year, so he definitely has a shot. But as I said with Josh Allen, when we talked about this a few weeks ago, the MVP race is going to switch about 4 or 5 times throughout the year. So right now, I'd say he's close to the front runner. He's not there yet, but he's close, and we'll see what happens and see if he's in that front runner spot come week 18.
Yeah, I think he has a good chance. But like I was saying, the MVPs, it's kind of very biased at the end of the day. Because you have people last year, Lamar won it, and to be quite honest, probably not the best statistical MVP. But I feel like Lamar's having a better season than last year, And if you gave him MVP last year, why not? It just doesn't make sense. I feel like the NFL MVP is like the voting and everything is out of hand and needs a whole reset. And I think, honestly, a rookie winning MVP should create that reset. Because you have people saying Mahomes is leading it, and Mahomes has terrible stats. So I just want to know from the NFL standpoint, what's the criteria of really being MVP? People want to say it's the team's record. Okay, the Chiefs undefeated, Vikings undefeated, so that would make Sam Darnold, Patrick Mahomes be top of your list. But Jayden Daniels, honestly, everyone here besides Musa obviously had the Commanders very low in the division.
Yes, sir. I had them winning.
And when we look at this team on paper, like this isn't a playoff team when you look at it. So if a rookie can easily be inserted, no sitting on the bench, no nothing, straight from college, and be the starter and bring this team to the playoffs in that division where everyone just talks about Dallas and Philly, I don't see why not. I don't see how that doesn't show he is the most valuable player. Because if you take Jayden Daniels out and they start Marcus Mariota, is this team a playoff team? No.
We ain't got to waste time on that.
Hell no.
They're going back to the draft and going to get Will Campbell or something.
Gavis, thank you, man. We appreciate you showing some love, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Thank you. Nah, I agree with you, Ty. Do I think he's leading for MVP right now? I believe so. You can make the argument, him and Sam Darnold. I was going to say, I'm going to add on because Ty actually mentioned this. Lamar's been playing way better this year so far than, at least when you compare the first 5 games. He's been playing better this year than he did last year. And I think he's going to get voters fatigue. So I don't think he's going to get another MVP, at least not this season, unless like everyone's still playing the way they're playing and Darnold and Daniels have like a huge downfall to where, all right, we got to give it to Lamar, or the Bills find a way to have a great record. And, like I mentioned before, Allen has the stats and he wins it. But this game today at 1 o'clock with the Commanders and the Ravens is going to tell me everything I need to know, leading moving forward, at least for both quarterbacks for the MVP talks. I love what Daniels has been able to do, and that's why I'm so high on this team, because they don't have the big names on the back end for their defense, but I love and I trust their head coach, which is Dan Quinn. And knowing that if you know anything about Dan Quinn, he knows how to coach a defense. You've seen what he was able to do in Dallas as a DC. You've seen what he did with Seattle when they had a Legion of Boom. So adding Bobby Wagner to there, he's not the same Bobby Wagner, but to be that leadership role, the voice of that middle of the defense can help. They got studs on the front 4 with Jonathan Allen. And you guys know how I feel about Terry McLaurin. He finally got a quarterback. He can show why he's a top 10 receiver, in my opinion. And then you add all the other complementary pieces, I think they was going to be able to win that division. And as I mentioned before, for those who don't know, there hasn't been an NFC East back-to-back division winner in the last 9 or 10 seasons. So with that being included, I just had to go with the Commanders. The Giants hasn't shown me nothing. The Cowboys didn't do anything. And the Eagles can't stay healthy. And I don't know what's going on with Sirianni. It seems like he's losing his voice in that locker room. So I want the Commanders for all those reasons. So, any last thoughts on McDaniels for MVP? Is there anyone else you guys think that can get MVP? Maybe a non-quarterback position?
No, I don't think so. I think you could See, I think you see Baker Mayfield possibly climb up the rankings depending on how it goes in Tampa. But right now, I don't think Josh Allen will win it. I didn't think he would a few weeks ago. I don't think. Same thing what you said with the voters fatigue. I don't think Lamar will win it. And Patrick Mahomes, he ain't playing like it. If they go undefeated, yeah, maybe he gets it, but short of that, I don't see him getting it either.
Cool. Real quick before we move on to the next part of the show, for those watching who haven't watched us before, like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell a friend. We've been doing a pick'em series since the start of the season, where we combine NFL and college football picks. Mike typically towards the end of the show will give us some games. We pick a spread or straight up picks, and we've been tallying up the points. Headed into week 6 for NFL and week 7 concluded for college football. Right now we have Ty with 90 points. Peso has 92. Mike has 101. I have 115. And Clips has taken back the lead and has 118 points leading up to this week of football. So make sure you stay tuned each week for the updated points. We will be finishing up that when the season ends. Are we going to go into the playoffs as well, Mike, or are we going to just do regular season?
We can go into the playoffs.
Okay, so make sure you guys keep watching, like, and subscribe, man. We're going to move forward to the next part of the show. I have a blind ranking tiers list for the panel. And what this consists of is I'm going to give you guys a team. I wish I would have said this earlier. We can do a draft order, but I think we're going to just start from the bottom up. So we'll probably start with Ty, Mike, and then myself. I'm just going to tell you guys a team. You're going to put them in these categories. The 4 categories for this one, we have elite, we have good, mid, and we have trash. I'm going to share my screen at the end, so then we can reorganize. So if we want a team at the top of this tier, that's where we'll put them, and vice versa. So, Ty, for the first team, you have the Buffalo Bills.
You said, all right. So you said, give me the rankings. Give me the categories again.
Yep. Tier 1 is elite. Tier 2 is good. Tier 3 is mid, and the last tier is trash.
Mid.
Gotcha. Mike,
You want me to say something about, like, you?
Oh, no. I laugh because the next team Mike got, by the grace of God, Mike, you got the Dolphins.
My God.
They're trash, bro. Like, come on, man. We don't even got to talk about that. They're garbage, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
And I have my Patriots. This is just great. Like, why are they doing this torture to me? The Patriots are trash. I have to be honest. I'm not a biased homer. Ty, you have the Jets.
Mid.
Oh, fuck. Mike, why? Why did Mike have to get them? Mike, you have the Ravens.
The mid.
See, this is what I'm talking about, man. like, come on, bro. Like, all right, we gonna talk about it. I got
the Commanders beat them today, bro. Are they not mid? I'm just saying.
No, I don't think.
Nah, I think that says more about the Commanders.
Yeah,
that means the Commanders are legit.
I have the Bengals, and for those watching, again, we're doing a blind ranking tiers list for the NFL teams. I will present the screen at the end so we can reorganize for who we have at the top of each tier. So right now I have the Cincinnati Bengals. The tiers are elite, good, mid, and trash. And for the Bengals, it sucks because these last few games they haven't been playing trash, but I'm gonna put them in the trash category. Something's not clicking. It's mostly for the defense. The offense is not trash. That defense is god awful, bro.
Yeah, not gonna disagree with that.
Ty, you have the Browns.
Trash. Like, I don't know. The Browns, they're one of my disappointments this season. So
Nick Chubb makes his debut today after the injury.
Next week. I thought
It's
it was
next
today.
week?
Next week. Yeah, because they face Philly today.
Oh, thank you for correcting me. I thought I seen this this week. Either way.
Nah, I thought so too. I had to check fantasy.
Mike, you have the Steelers.
Mid.
Peso's back. Peso, I'll probably have you go right after me. Right now, the next team I have is the Texans. I'm going to put the Texans in the good category.
What we doing?
We're doing a blind ranking team tier list. So we got 4 tiers. We have elite, good, mid, and trash. I'm going to display the screen at the end once all the teams have been picked, and we can reorganize them based upon where we believe they should be at the top of the list. Some moved down or up on the tiers. So your team actually now, Peso, is the Colts. So you dodged the bullet.
Colts are trash.
Damn it. Actually, Peso lucky because the team that's next, I would love to see Mike get them. If only Clips was here. Ty, you have the Jaguars.
Trash.
Mike, you have the Titans.
Trash, bro. Come on.
I have the Broncos. I'll put them in mid. Peso, you got the Chiefs.
They're good, of course.
They're elite.
Oh, my bad. I thought that was the highest tier. Yeah.
Oh, you're not.
Yep,
at least the highest tier. Ty, you
Are
got
they
the Raiders.
really elite though?
Hey, we gonna talk about it. Yep, you got the Raiders.
Unless
Coach
Aiden
Bears
O'Connell is Tom Brady, they're trash.
What does Antonio? I love what Antonio Pierce does. That Raiders. If only they could play up to that standard, but it is what it is. Mike, you have the Chargers. Oh, this is perfect.
Mid, barely mid.
Oh shit! I got the Cowboys. I
wish I had the Cowboys.
I'm gonna go mid. I'll put them in the mid. Peso, you got a better team. You have the Giants. You said trash?
Yes, sir.
Ty, you got the Eagles.
In the great words of MJF, mid.
Shout out to AEW, man. Shout out to MJF. Adam Cole made a return last night. Mike, you have the Commanders.
They're good. They face some soft teams, so if they can beat the Ravens today, I might even put them up in elite. But they're good for right now.
Wait, so there's an elite and there's a good.
Yep, elite's the top of the top. We have good.
All right, can I change my KC pick to good, please?
Nah, we're gonna. You had good.
You had good.
Well, yeah, you had good.
You
so
want to put them in the good originally?
Yeah. I thought I said elite for them, but yeah, good.
I'm moving down.
And who's elite? I got a quick question. Who's elite then if they're good?
Well, this season hasn't been good, so
I don't think there's no elite team.
I think there's probably 1 or 2 elite teams right now, at least up to week 5. But hopefully, I get to pick one of them. But right now, I got a team that ain't elite, and that's the Chicago Bears. And I will put them in the good category.
Well, they're up 35-16 right now on the Jaguars. So,
So I'll put them, and they're going to be 4-2 on the season after this one. So I'll put them in good for now. Peso, you got the Lions. Lucky motherfucker.
Put them in a good category.
Hold on, Clips just commented. Clips, where you at, man? You'd love this segment. Mike, your Jags are losing to the Bears.
Not my Jags. I just think they're better than the Chargers. That's all. And that was a few weeks ago. I don't think I think that anymore. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that they can beat him now. I don't like this is pathetic what I'm watching. Receivers dropping passes to them. Doug Peterson making stupid personnel decisions. That was a few weeks ago, man. I don't think that no more.
Peso, you had the Lions where? I'm sorry.
He said good.
The Lions in good. Okay.
Yeah, I got him in good.
Ty, you got the Packers.
Good. Kind of
Mike,
mid, but good.
Mike, I know you're gonna do the right job with this pick. You have the Vikings.
I got to put him in good, seeing KC is there, but I would have put him in elite with Kansas
shit.
City. I think those are the two. I think those are the two teams the only two teams that should be in elite. But I can't do that if KC's. I can if KC's not in there. I can't do that.
But why is
That's
that?
record
Just because they're
bias.
undefeated?
It's not record bias. Look at the way they play
Their
football.
Their defense is elite.
Same thing with KC too. The way that they.
But the only two elite teams. We'll talk about this after.
Yeah,
we'll talk about this after.
Vikings
like,
ain't elite.
You know.
Okay. Clips don't think the Vikings are elite.
I don't either if the Chiefs aren't, so I agree with them.
Pacer gonna love this. I have the Falcons. Oh, Ty gonna love this too. I have the Falcons. They're not mid. I won't do that to them. They're damn sure ain't elite. I'll put them in the good category. Pacer, you got the Panthers.
Trash.
Ty, you have the Saints.
Mid.
Mike, you have the Bucks.
They're good.
I have the Cardinals. I'll put them in mid. Damn, Ty. You got to blame Peso for this. You would have had them. Peso, you have the Rams.
The Rams are mid. I'm not going to say they trash just because of their record's bad.
You nice. They trash as hell.
You're sleeping, bro. That division is trash.
Yeah,
and they just came off two close games without their team, pretty much.
I know. I had to gaslight my boy real quick. But you got the 49ers.
49ers are mid right now.
And the last team is for Mike. You got the Seahawks.
They're mid for right now, but in all honesty, those three teams that they beat, not good teams, and they could very well be trash in the near future.
All right. So now I'm going to share my screen so everyone watching, and we're going to go through the list and see where we should put them, if we should move teams up and down the tiers. So here is the list that we have so far. We have no elite teams. I'm surprised. I didn't get to pick any teams that I feel like was elite. So don't kill the messenger. But we can go through this list and share our thoughts on where we believe teams should be and should not.
Also, I just want to say I feel like it's still very early. I'm pretty sure this list is going to change in about 4 more weeks.
Oh, for sure. We can start with the top tier. Chiefs, do you think they should belong in the good tier?
No. Just look at the way they play the game. I don't care about the 5-0 record. I don't care about anything else. The way they play the game is on another level. The way they manage it, keep the ball out of the other team's hands so they don't have to put up a lot of points. And that defense is, I don't know about elite, but it's very good. So with that combined right there, as I said before, I wouldn't be surprised if they go undefeated this year.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that at all.
I agree. I think they are elite. I only have 3 teams in the elite category, maybe 2 on the bridge of that potentially. But Ty, What are your thoughts? Do you think we should move up the Chiefs to elite?
No, because I don't like how Patrick Mahomes is playing. And honestly, if this is Andy Reid beating teams with the help of the defense, so they're a good team, but elite that offense, no. I feel like once you face an actual good team, maybe like San Francisco next week, that this we see something from the Chiefs that we haven't seen, then we start questioning and having questions about the Chiefs.
We
That's in
have
my
San
opinion.
Francisco in mid. I just want to point that out. But the other thing is too is that shows why that they are elite with all the injuries and Patrick Mahomes not playing well. They're still not losing any games. That just even goes more to the case why they're elite.
So
Yeah, but they haven't faced, like, other than the Ravens, who literally gave them that game.
What
Pretty
about the
much.
Falcons.
So I will say this, fellas.
That call at the end, I still hate it. So, but
The tiebreaker has been broken. Clips believes the Chiefs are elite.
I'm not mad at them being in the league. I think they're good.
Next team we have is the Texans. Do you guys think the Texans should be in the elite category or should they stay in good?
I think they're good where they are.
Yeah, they're good.
I agree. Because Clips already made the comment, I'm just going to move out of the good category really quickly and just ask about this team. Clips says the Ravens, we have the Ravens in mid.
It's not y'all.
That was me, obviously.
Mike
I think Clips knows that. Yeah.
Do you guys believe the Ravens are mid?
No, they're elite.
Not elite, but I'll put them in good with some of these other teams that are up there.
I was gonna say,
yeah, with some of these other teams up
good
there.
for now.
I'll put them up in good because if we're gonna have Chicago, Green Bay, Tampa Bay.
Well, no, because we didn't get to those teams yet.
Yeah, we didn't get to
So
I put the Bears in
specifically
good.
talking about the Ravens, I would say they're elite. Other than their yearly comeback that they always give up. Good thing it happened earlier in the season. They just lost to the Chiefs that are elite in a close game.
And they did lose to the
blew
Raiders.
Yeah, they blew a 13, 15-point lead to the Raiders.
But that's what I'm saying. That's their yearly choke job. So
how many
good
times
thing it happened earlier in the season.
I will say this. If we put them in the elite, I ain't mad at that, obviously. That's my squad other than the Chiefs. I put them in good because I have to just see a little bit more from that defense. The defense is one reason why I'm pushing back because I expected that defense to be a lot better than what it's been shown so far. I mean, they are picking it up, which is what I love to see. The offense is elite because of the run game. So I won't dispute that. Clip said the Ravens are elite. Then so are the Chiefs. Okay. Hey, so where do you put them? Elite or good?
I'll put Ravens in the good section. They lost to the Raiders, and they went back against Cincinnati last week. Yeah, their offense looked good, but
are we putting them at the top of good?
Sketchy. So me personally,
in front of Houston or behind
Houston?
Houston?
They like
in
front of Houston. For me, they're borderline elite.
Well, we know Todd thinks they're elite. I'll put them in front of Houston for now. Yeah. All right. Moving on. We have the Commanders in the good. Should the Commanders be moved up, or do you think this is the right spot for the Commanders?
I think they're perfect
where
they're at. Where they're at. I think they're perfect where they're at right now.
Mike, you said you'll move in front of who?
Good. I'd move them in front of the Texans. I'm not going to lie. I think the Commanders have shown more than the Texans have, especially with the injury to Nico Collins. And that offense didn't look too good after that happened last week. Yes, they were still able to pull out the win, but I think they've shown more than the Texans have this year. But they're neck and neck. It's close either way. I don't think it's egregious to keep them on either side of it. Either one's fine.
Fair enough. I think they're fine with just where they're at also. If you was to swap them, I wouldn't be mad at that either. Next team we got is the Bears. Should they be moved down, or do you guys think they're right where they belong in the good tier?
I like the category, but I think they should be moved down to the bottom of good pot, like behind the Bucks and everyone else. Personally,
Does anyone else agree?
Yeah,
Disagree?
I personally will slide them all the way down to behind, or probably in front of Tampa Bay, in my opinion.
I would say, and I know I'm like disagreeing with everything, but I would put them first at mid because they haven't beat like like a crazy good team. Honestly, the teams they beat, we literally
that's true.
have mid and trash. So I mean,
Are they better than the Bills?
yeah, because they got receivers,
Are they better than the
Looking at
Steelers?
of course.
Yeah, I think their defense is better than the Bills' defense as well.
And that's kind of that's kind of one of the reasons why I had them in good is just because of the defense. But I do agree with Ty. They haven't played anyone. I mean, not that the teams that they have beaten are all in. Well, we have them in the mid and trash areas, so it's kind of like. And based on how this is looking, they're the top team in their division because right after them is the next three teams in their division, which I don't think any of us believe the Bears are the best in that.
The only team we have them that have in mid that they beat is the Rams. Panthers trash. We have the Titans trash. We have the Jags trash. Yeah.
I'm not mad with. I agree. I put them in good, but based on that, I'll definitely put them in the mid.
Yeah, I would say they're first mid because the defense is amazing. So they have that potential when they face these good teams. They really prove themselves, easily go to good.
Why is this?
Musa, I think Clips had him up. I don't know if you've seen him.
Nah, not yet. I was over here trying to move the Bears. He made a comment, or he's actually on the thing. Oh,
Yeah, I think he's waiting.
Clips is up here. All right. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna cancel the screen share real quick. I gotta refresh this. For some reason, it's not letting me drag the Bears. Let me refresh this real quick. Hopefully, it doesn't restart everything. Oh, word, it didn't. All right, there we go. The Bears.
Yeah, I'm not mad, Ty, with that with that thing you got with the Bears because I mean the league is trash. They ain't play nobody, and given how we have this set up so far, I mean we got to put somebody in the good. But I'm not mad at that.
All right, so we got the Bears in the top of mid for now. We're gonna move quickly through this so we can get because I don't think we're gonna spend much time on our trash in mid. So we're gonna move quickly through this. We have the Lions. Should the Lions be in good, or should we move them up? I think the Lions are elite, but so that's my take on that.
What's going on, fellas? Sorry for my lateness. Had to do some work.
No, you're good.
Lions, we're gonna lead them right where they at. We're gonna lead them right where they at.
He
I agree.
thinks he should be and Mike believe they should be in the good. Ty, Peso, what about you guys? I think they should be in the elite.
Yeah.
I
I think they're elite.
I would slide them in front of Houston, in my opinion, but I'm not mad at the elite perspective.
So you say slide them in front of Houston, so that means you'll keep them in the good. So that's majority rule. They're in the good. I personally think they're elite because they have the best run game other than outside the Ravens. And their defense is good enough to keep teams from scoring at spurts in the game.
So is this tier list based solely on this season?
Yeah, it ain't based on anything else, just season.
All right.
We have the next team, the Packers.
Lead them right where they at.
I agree. I wouldn't be mad if you guys moved them to mid, but I agree.
I'm gonna lead them where they at. I think they decent. They're good enough. I don't think they mid. Like mid to me is more so of like they still have a couple missing pieces. I feel like they have the pieces. They just are like I think coaching play a factor, and I feel like just Jordan Love just turn over the ball too much.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Should we move the Packers?
Yeah, I would move them. I would move them down towards the side. They're probably I'm not mad at the good. I think they're kind of
I
mid.
think they're like borderline. Like, yeah, I get what Todd's saying, like borderline. Like they're
Yeah,
mid,
but
but edging, middle.
I would say they're probably last that good. Like that's the kind of criteria because the offense has shown like they
That they can
can
score.
go off and go crazy, but the turnovers, the defense without Jair Alexander kind of iffy. So we'll see. But I would move them down because I
Mike,
think those three teams behind them are all better in my opinion.
I keep the Packers in good, but I'd put them. Once again, just like the Bears, I think they're pretty comparable to them, but they're better than them. So I'd put them behind Tampa.
Peso.
Yeah,
Yep.
so at the end. So at the end, basically, they're the last team in the good section. Yeah, they're like borderline dropping. Yeah.
Peso. Any thoughts on the Packers?
I mean, I'm overruled on this. I think they're mid personally.
We have the Vikings. I think the Vikings are in the elite category. Clips does not believe they're elite.
Fuck no, I put them in good.
Anyone else's thoughts on the Vikings?
If we have the Chiefs at elite, I'll put the Vikings at elite.
I'll put them in a lead as well.
That's the vote right there. Peso, would you move them or would you keep them in good?
I guess record wise, but I mean, Sam Darnold's not elite to me. But respect to them being undefeated, I'll put him up there.
Yeah, he's not elite, but he's having a better season than Patrick Mahomes, and somehow the Chiefs are elite. So
Because it's
I gotta
about the
put them
team.
both
It's not
there.
about one player.
I believe the team.
Totality. The Chiefs, personally, to me, play better ball. Totality as a team than the Vikings.
No,
I think
I
the Vikings are
agree.
playing
I'm
better
saying,
defense.
I'm saying, there's a couple teams in the good who I think overall as a team are elite. But you're pointing at one point like the Ravens, the defense, but like overall, the team wise, how they've been playing, they're elite. I would say
Fair enough.
the Chiefs are elite overall.
Yeah, so
but
the teams that I would put in
Not
the
mad
elite
at
would
it.
be those two, the Ravens and the Lions. Those would probably be the only four teams I would have had in the league.
yeah,
But
I agree.
Okay, I get what you guys are saying now. I get it.
yeah, because I don't disagree with you in Peso's reasoning. But the way that defense is playing with Brian Flores scheming up and the way they be able to shut down the opposing teams and get takeaways consistently each week, and the way Darnold's been playing, I had to put them in the league. And then the cream of the icing on the cake would be they're winning the games at that. So that would be my reasoning. Next team we have is the Falcons. I'll keep them in the good. What are your guys' thoughts?
I think they're good right where they are.
Are they better than Tampa?
They beat them head to head, so you got to put them ahead of them.
Yeah, I'll keep the Falcons right there.
Are they better than any of the teams in front of them?
No,
I think they're fine where they're at.
I think the Falcons is better than Washington.
I wouldn't go that far yet.
I can't get you that.
I'm not mad at that. I will say they have. It's kind of like for me when you compare those two teams. It's kind of how me, at least from how I thought when we talked about the Jags and the Chargers weeks ago. The names on the team, when you look at the names on that offense compared to the Commanders' offense, you would think that, but the team hasn't been playing better than the Commanders. But like Mike mentioned earlier, the teams that they've been having to face and stuff, so that can vary too. Last but not least, in the good, before we move on to the other tiers, we have the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I think they're fine where they are.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I agree.
Same.
Yeah, they can stay where they at. They don't need to go nowhere.
All right. We're gonna just look through the mid category. We already touched base on the Bears. Is there any teams in the mid that you guys think should be moved up or rearranged? Like, what are some teams that's glaring to you guys in the mid? I know for me, I'm looking at the Bills, Steelers.
I don't got any problem with the mid, but I don't think the Cowboys should be in trash.
I put them in trash.
I think they mid.
I had the Cowboys. I put them in trash.
That's what I see them at right now.
I thought I put them in mid. Nah, they're supposed to be.
Yeah, Cowgirls should be mid. They should be like the last mid team.
I could have sworn I put them in mid. If I didn't, that was a mistake. I will say that website's been kind of like lagging. So my apologies. But yeah, where should the Cowboys be in the mid category? At the top? Like, what's the best play at the bottom of mid?
I'd honestly put them past the Jets, in between the Bills and the Jets.
Would everyone agree?
Nah, I still think Philly better than the Cowgirls.
No, I don't.
So
I guess.
All right. So let's talk about it. Where should Philly be? Is the Broncos better than the Eagles?
Of course.
Nah.
I mean, no.
What?
No, I mean, I meant to say the Eagles are better. Excuse me.
Yeah.
My fault.
Yeah, I'll move the Eagles up.
Are the Eagles better than the Steelers?
Eagles is definitely better than Steelers.
That's kind of hard because that defense and the way Justin Fields is playing, granted the Cowgirls beat them last week, but that was more so just, bad luck, in my opinion. I think Cardinals should be.
And that's what we're going to go to. Should the Cardinals be behind them?
Yeah, both of those teams.
So are they in front of the Broncos?
I don't think so. I think the Broncos are better.
I don't like the Broncos, honestly.
I like their defense.
Yeah, their defense might be the best in the league.
Nix has shown some flashes late these last few games, at least last week. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. It made me put the Cardinals at the bottom. I didn't even do that. This thing's been lagging a lot. I'll fix it in a second. So we have the Bears at the top of mid. How do you guys feel about that? Should the Bills be at the top of mid, or should they be in good?
Nah, they're good right where they are, I think.
So the Bengals are better. The Bears are better than the Bills.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't personally think that.
Wait, who we talking about?
Buffalo. Should Buffalo be ahead of the Bears?
Yes.
I think so too.
What? Bears defense way better than Buffalo's defense.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
The Bears have the receivers. That's what Josh Allen's literally missing.
Buffalo's defense is missing people though.
But they aren't getting back this year.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Yeah, so that's the
Bears haven't played nobody.
Yeah. Bears and the Bills really haven't played much of anyone.
Who have the Bills played?
Yeah. The wins against Arizona, Miami, and the Jaguars. Those are the 3 wins.
And
The Bills played Baltimore.
They got
They lost. Yeah.
And lost. Yeah.
You guys, hey, y'all making some compelling arguments. I wouldn't be mad either way. Should we have the Steelers higher?
Nah.
Are they better than the
Leave
Jets?
them where they are.
Yeah.
I think they're better than the Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles, the Steelers, the Niners are all better than the Jets.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that. I agree with that. I even think the Broncos are better than them, seeing they beat them head to head.
I think the Jets are trash. That's just me.
Yeah, you can move the Jets down. I'm not mad.
Steelers in front of them.
Nah, you could just move them.
I feel like
right
the Jets are good. Their quarterback suck.
Yeah, right in front of Rams, but then you can move San Francisco up.
This thing is just acting weird. And then you said right in front of the Rams. I think the Niners are better than the Broncos and the Eagles, personally.
I agree with that. I don't think the Eagles are that good. I'm not going to lie.
Do you guys agree with the Niners being ahead of Or the Broncos at least?
I'll put them over the Broncos at least. Philly, I gotta see. They're getting their receivers back,
This thing is.
and hopefully they work things out on the bye week. So
I'm gonna stop sharing real quick, and I'm just gonna move it like that because this thing keeps lagging. Let's stop sharing. There we go. All right, let me try it now. Okay, it works better without me sharing. Okay, so the Niners is ahead of the Rams and the Jets. Oh, I mean, they're ahead of the Broncos. Okay, got it. Cowboys, should they be ahead of the Chargers?
Yes.
What about the Saints and the Seahawks?
Cowboys, yeah. I think they're better than both of them.
The Cowgirls?
All right, real quick.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys should slide up.
Real quick. We're gonna go to the trash. We ain't spending time on this. Who's the best team in the trash category? The top right now is the Dolphins.
Dolphins should be bottom, bro, with the Patriots. They're dregs of the league, bro. Those two should not be at the top. They should be at the bottom of the trash barrel.
So I'll share real quickly.
Yeah.
This is what we had at the top of the bottom. Top of the trash, I mean.
I feel like the best trash team would probably be the Bengals.
I think the Colts are better than the Bengals.
I'm not mad at the Bengals because they have the offense. It's just that defense is
That defense is
terrible.
mediocre as fuck. Excuse my language.
Does
I would
anyone
probably
agree?
go, either Bengals or Browns would be the best trash team to me.
I like the Giants up there at the top too because the Giants' defense has been really good. They just can't score.
yeah, Bengals will be at the top for me. Yeah, and everyone else is pretty trash. So.
I will say we got the Jags, Panthers, and Titans next to each other.
I think the Jags and the Panthers are better than the Patriots and the Dolphins. I'm not gonna lie.
I ain't mad at it.
Mike, I would not think you were from Mass, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, not the first person telling me that. I'm a fan of the rest of the teams though, just not the Patriots.
All right, so
I respect the unbiasedness.
the Bengals at the
Bro, they
top.
suck. I'm not gonna lie.
We have the Colts. I honestly think the Giants should be higher. I think the Giants should be at least at the top with the Bengals and the Colts
Nah.
because of the defense. They have the best defense in this category.
I'm not gonna argue with that. I'm cool with that if you want to do that. Giants are sort of underrated. They played pretty good ball, to be honest with you. They almost beat the Commanders, almost beat the Cowboys, and they beat the Seahawks last week.
We agree the Titans, Panthers, Jaguars, and Patriots is all at the bottom. Where you guys think the Browns should be? Are they ahead of the Raiders?
No, I like the Raiders better than the Browns.
Dolphins over the Raiders?
No.
So yeah, when I is the Patriots better than the Dolphins?
No, they just beat them head to head.
So yeah, when I reorganize it, we have the Bengals, Colts, Browns, Giants. So that's kind of perfect. Raiders, Dolphins. Okay, so I'm gonna reshare so everyone can see the final list real quick. So here's the final list. Should pop up now. We have 2 teams in the elite. We have 7 in the good, a lot of mid, and we have some trash. Pretty good list if you ask me.
No, so what you're gonna say?
It's a pretty good list if you ask me.
The only thing I'd move is the Titans ahead of the Dolphins because Titans beat them head to head. That's one thing I'd do. Short of that, I think it's pretty good.
Anyone else?
Yeah, Titans defense is still good, so I wouldn't be mad.
I'd just say put them above the Jags. That's about it.
They're not better than the Patriots?
Oh, I'm biased. No. Nah, they are. They are. I'm gonna stop being a hater. They are.
Are they better than the Dolphins?
Yeah, they beat them head to head.
Okay.
Smoked them.
All right. So that's the list. And I did have a quarterback one, but I'm going to say that for next time. We can do that for next week. Mike, before we close out, we're going to go through the spreads real quick. And before Mike goes, just for those who didn't join and didn't get a chance to hear, the updated points for this week going into the pick'em, we have Ty with 90 points. Peso has 92. Mike has 101. I have 115, and Clips took back the lead and has 118 as of right now. Mike, you could take it away.
All right, we'll start off.
I'm the game whisperer, boy.
Yeah, we'll start off with college games. First, we got Alabama at Tennessee. Alabama's a 1.5 point favorite.
Alabama been scaring me lately.
Tennessee hasn't been much better.
That's the issue I'm having. Is the game at Tennessee?
point.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Peso.
I'm taking Tennessee straight up.
Where's the game being played at?
It's in Tennessee.
I'll go Bama straight up.
Give me Tennessee straight up.
Let's get Bama straight up. All right. Got Michigan at Illinois. Michigan's a 2.5 point favorite.
I got Michigan straight up. I'm nervous about them though, but I'll take Michigan.
Taking Illinois straight up.
I'm taking Illinois straight up.
Give me Michigan with the spread.
All right. Clip says Michigan straight up. Next one we got is Georgia at Texas. Texas is a 3.5 point favorite.
Georgia at Texas Tech. I got Georgia.
Texas.
Oh, Texas straight up.
Give me Georgia straight up.
We got breaking news. Joe Flacco will start today's game versus the Titans. And the new interim head coach for the Jets, Jeff Ulbrich, said he's going to commit to a run-heavy offense. So we'll see.
I'm taking Georgia straight up.
I'm taking Texas straight up. Clip says Texas minus 3.5. Okay, now we're going to the NFL games. First game we got is Texans at Patriots. Texans are minus 6.5.
I got Pats in an upset. But I don't know Nico Collins, Drake May's first game, so they don't have much tape on him. I think they might surprise them.
I'm taking Houston minus 6.5.
That's going to be my only outlaw pick, by the way, because I would personally take Houston, but I have a funny feeling that New England might try to keep it close.
I got
Let me get the same.
Who do you want, Ty? Same as me or Musa?
Same as you. Texans minus 6.5.
All right.
He ain't taking he ain't going on the limb like me.
Who do you want, Payson?
I already got that bet in, so.
I got Texas.
He got Houston.
Houston, straight up?
Yeah.
Clip says Houston straight up as well. Commanders at Ravens. Ravens are minus 7.
Oh, this is the toughest game for me to pick.
Yeah, who y'all got? Who y'all got? Y'all Ravens and y'all Commanders fans, man. Who y'all got?
It's a win-win for me either way. So
Public is all over the Commanders this week.
where's the game at? In Baltimore?
It's in Baltimore.
I got the Ravens.
spread?
He said, "What's the spread?"
Who's
-7.
that? -7 to Baltimore.
I'll take Baltimore with the points.
All right.
Let me get Ravens straight up.
All right. I'm gonna take Washington +7 on this one.
I want to take it too, but that's what the public got.
Yeah, a lot of them got
Scared.
Commanders straight up as well. Clips has Washington straight up. Next game we got is Browns at Eagles. Eagles are -8.5.
Eagles and who? Browns.
Browns.
God damn.
Give me the Eagles straight up.
I might lean Eagles. I think Devonta Smith's coming back in AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. They're both playing.
I'm gonna go Eagles with the points. I mean, with straight up.
Who do you want to? You there, Ty?
Clips, who did you pick?
Clips got Philadelphia straight up. Oh,
Yeah.
no, man.
I got Philly.
You there, Ty?
We can get his pick later.
All right. Next, I got Eagles straight up. Next game is Buccaneers at Saints. Bucks are -3.5.
I'm gonna go Bucks because Spencer Rattler's playing. Even though there's no tape on him, I like their chances.
I'm gonna go Bucks straight up.
Right. I'm going Bucks
Bucks -3.5. Yep.
Right. Who'd you want for the Cleveland Philly game?
Eagles straight up.
All right. Next game we got is Cardinals at Packers. Packers are -5.5. Oh, and on the last game, I'm sorry. Clips had New Orleans +3.5. Next game, Cardinals at Packers. Packers are -5.5.
Packers and
Who's home?
Packers.
I'll take Arizona with the
Packers.
points on this one. My bad.
Are you good? I'll go
You want the
Packers.
Packers straight up? All right. I'm going the same as you, Ty.
I'm gonna go Packers. Straight up.
All right. Clip says the Packers -5.5. Next game we got Colts at Titans. Titans are -2.5.
Shout out to Sarah. Laughed my ass off. Lions fans talking shit like they didn't get beat by a crippled Bucks team. Frauds. That's a fact. And I actually called the Bucks to win that game too because of how they played in the last year in the playoffs. Shout out to Sarah. Appreciate you leaving a comment and watching the show. What's the next game though, Mike? You said
It's a lot of trash games this week.
Colts at Titans. Titans are -2.5.
Colts and I got Colts. Joe Flacco's playing, so straight up.
I'll take
All right.
Colts straight up too.
Yep, I'm going the same as you guys, and so is Clips.
Yeah, Derrick Henry gonna have a big game. That boy just pulled up in some Louis shorts, a tank top, and some Timbs. Well, he got them butters tied up to the top.
Give me Colts straight up for me as well.
Straight up.
Next game we got is Steelers at Raiders. Steelers are -3.
Ray! No, I'm kidding. I got the Steelers. Straight up.
Clip says the same. I got Steelers -3.
I'll take Steelers straight up.
I actually got the
room?
Raiders.
There's rumors that they might keep Tay Adams might have to stay if they don't get if the Raiders don't get what they want in training compensation. And a quarterback change may be in the works. So, I mean, Aiden O'Donnell did pretty fine last year at the end of the season. I'm surprised he didn't just start.
He didn't do any. He didn't commit many turnovers, but he didn't score many points either. So we're gonna have to rely on that defense. But you want the Raiders straight up, Ty?
Yeah.
Next game we got is Chargers at Broncos. Chargers are -3.
Chargers at Broncos. I got Broncos straight up.
I'm going the same as you, Wilson.
Give me Chargers straight up.
I'll take the Broncos with the points.
My boy PS2 finna lock up.
He had
Hopefully
2
he get another pick.
touchdowns last week, I think.
Yeah, Sertan, man.
Clip says Chargers straight up. Next game is Falcons at Panthers. Falcons are -6.
We can skip this. Everyone getting the Falcons. We ain't even gotta waste time on it.
Yeah. -6 for me.
I'm taking them straight up.
Yeah, I'm taking them straight up.
Yeah, basically, there's some trash games, so that means all I gotta do is watch 2 games today.
Yeah, I'm only watching about 2 games. I ain't watching a big game tonight either. Sunday
Why
night.
not?
Who's on Sunday night again? I forgot.
Bengals and Giants.
Oh, that might be a good game, actually.
That's a good game. That's gonna be a good hard.
That might be a good game.
It's gonna be a barn burner game, one of them slow games.
I can watch it because when you a teacher and you got the day off tomorrow, I can watch the Sunday night game now. Too bad it had to be that game. They should switch it. They should be the Commanders and the Ravens as a night game.
CBS, they tried to, and CBS won't give it to them.
Yeah, they cheap as hell.
But I got Atlanta straight up, and then Clip says Atlanta -6.
Yeah, I'm watching that Commanders game. I'm gonna be switching between that and the Patriots because I gotta see how Drake May play.
Yeah, we will see. Next game we got is Lions at Cowboys. Lions are
He ain't gonna be doing
-3.5.
much though. The first game on, he ain't gonna be doing much.
I just want to see what he can
A
do.
lot of runs, short throw, play action, check downs.
He might be able to get it. He might get some deep plays if the O line doesn't get no holding plays because he can get out the pocket and get some people down the field.
Jared
we'll
Goff
see.
hasn't beat Dak Prescott yet. And Dallas is playing in Dallas. So I think I'm gonna stick with Dallas straight up.
Oh, you bold. You
I'm
taking
taking
with the Cowgirls?
I'm going with the Lions straight up. I think this is when he finally beats them. Because no D-Law and no Micah Parsons. Yeah, that old line finna run through their ass.
They looked good last week against Pittsburgh. I'm not gonna lie. I got Detroit straight up as well.
I feel like they had no expectations. They can just go out and ball. And that's the best way to play any sport. Line clear, no expectations, just go play. But I still got the Lions.
Yeah, give me Detroit straight up.
Clip says Detroit -3.5. All right, Sunday night game, the one we just talked about, Bengals at Giants. Bengals are -3.5.
Bengals and Giants. I'm going to go.
I'll take the Bengals straight up.
I want to take the Giants because I don't trust that damn Cincinnati defense. I'm going to go Bengals. Straight up. I would not bet on this game if I was anyone. I wouldn't bet on any of the games this week, to be quite honest with you.
I got Bengals -3.5.
I got Bengals straight up, so does Clips. Next game we got is Bills at Jets. Bills are -2.
I got the Bills.
Give me Bills straight up.
Give me Jets straight up.
Yeah, I'm with you, Ty. I got the Jets straight up as well. Clip says the Bills straight up. Next game, we got the Thursday night game. Broncos at Saints. Broncos are -1.
Broncos, Saints. I'm going to go. It's a short week.
I'll take the Saints straight up.
I'm going to go Broncos.
Yeah, I'm same as you, Moose. I'm taking Broncos straight up.
Mike, you projected to beat me this week now. Hey, yo, I
I'm
can't
going
Mike.
Saints straight up.
That ain't happening, bro. I ain't winning no fantasy games.
Listen, DJ Moore didn't do a goddamn thing. 4 catches for 20 yards on 5 targets.
Bro, I'm already off to the bad day. I missed hitting that bet by 1 yard.
I learned he had one good game, and in the next 2-3, he gonna disappear.
The problem is I can't. Who am I gonna put in? Because Minnesota's on a bye week. Cooper Kupp's out, so it's kind of like I didn't have no one to sub him out. I had to keep him in with Chase and Wilson.
So messing stuff up. I got the Broncos, and Clips got Saints straight up. Next game we got is and the last game is the London game next Sunday morning. We
Pats
got
and Jags.
Patriots. Jags are technically the holding team. Jags are -6.
Give me the Patriots. Straight up.
Yeah. Patriots straight up. Doug Peterson gone after that.
Drake May finna get a. He gonna have his Caleb Williams game.
I
Hopefully.
got Jacksonville straight up.
I'll take the Jags straight up.
Wait. Ooh. That might because the Jags got 10.
Who did I say? I got the Pats.
You got the Patriots.
But considering that the Jags have almost 10 days of rest and they don't have to fly over there, and consider how poorly they played today, I don't expect them to play that bad next week.
Man,
I'm gonna still take the Pats.
I'm going against the Jags just because everybody liked them. I'm going against the Jags.
It wasn't everybody. It was just me and Mike thinking they was better than the Chargers.
Yeah.
Oh no! I'm talking about at work too. People at work was telling me the Jags, Trevor Lawrence is in and all this other.
See,
Stuff.
so that was different because our reasoning was not about Trevor Lawrence. I could promise you that. I just thought the team collectively would have been better. And
I got a coworker who watched, and he was trolling me at work.
And I like Jim Harbaugh over Doug Peterson. Don't get me wrong, but it was just considering that it's his first year and they lost so many pieces. I was just gonna try to give him time. But hey, we'll see. That's the wrap for the show though today, man. Thank you for everyone watching and subscribing, leaving comments, man. We love it. We appreciate y'all. We can't do this without you guys. Stay tuned for the next episode next Sunday, and stay tuned if you would like to watch some ball and hear us talk about basketball. Tune in on Saturdays at 12:15. We'll be on YouTube Live every Saturday at 12:15 for basketball, and then you know where to find us for football on Sundays at 11. Hope everyone have a blessed day. Stay safe.
Keep watching. Pick 6.
Yes, sir. For those who have the day off tomorrow, hope you guys enjoyed it. Long weekend. And we see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Great.